Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. If you happen to be watching on YouTube, I'm so glad you're here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. Today, we're talking about being process-based. Are you ready? Let's get started. You may never have thought of the idea of being process-based. You may have never heard it before. And so before I can tell you why I think being process-based is a good idea, we should probably talk about what it actually means. So let's start there. What does it mean to be process-based? Well, it's a way of thinking where we think about any task as a series of steps, that our work is a process, right? And so our focus then, when we're process-based, is on the process of achieving a goal, rather than just on the end result. Not being results focused as much as being process based, okay? So you may have thought of this before. You may have been involved in something at work around Six Sigma or quality improvement, and those are certainly examples of being process based. They are tools and technologies and processes that are in fact thinking about tasks that way, but they're only examples. The applications for us go far beyond that. So now that you know what it is, the question is, how can being more process-based help us? I've got several ways that it can help you. Let's walk through them right now. The first is it focuses us on what we can control. Like if we have a work process and we have this series of steps, those are in our control, which means that we can work on them, we can focus on them, we can do them more diligently, we can do them more effectively, and all of that is in our control. When we look at the result, there's almost always things outside of our control, whether that's our personal control or our team's control. There are other factors, and it goes beyond what we can control. The second, because of that, is being process-focused can reduce blame. Because now we're not blaming us for not getting it right, but rather we can just focus on what's the process, how did we do it, and how can we do the process better. When we're process focused, it encourages preparation for us to work on being better prepared to reach an outcome so that we can do everything that's in our control to make sure that we get a better outcome. While we know the outcome itself may not be in our control, we know that we can influence it by focusing on what's ours, which is our process or processes. And it improves our confidence because here's the case. If we know our process, if we work our process, if we focus on our process, we know that good results will come. If we improve our process, we know better results can come. And so when we can stay focused on the things we can control, back to the start, it improves our confidence, keeps us focused in the right place. Good things will happen. And lastly, for us as leaders, it improves coaching. It gives us the chance to coach with less blame and less rolling of the eyes and more, here's what happened. Why did it happen that way? And what can we do differently? We're focused on what happened. We're focused on true observation. We're focused on the data, and we move on from there. So let's think about this all as an example, and we'll use sports as an example. All right. So the effort and the results and the behaviors of the other team are out of your hands, right? So that means that all of the final result is not completely in our hands. But what is in our hands is how we do our part. Are we doing our best? Are we staying process focused? And that example comes from sports, but it's true in life and it's true in business as well. When we focus on ourselves, our processes, our preparation, and our focus on doing our best, we will succeed more than we don't. And we keep our focus in the right place at the same time. My advice, work on being more process-based. Let me close with today's tweet. Not everything about your results are in your control. When you are process-based, you are focused on what you can control and improve. If you found this helpful, I hope that you'll take a minute to go follow me or connect with me on LinkedIn because we share lots of great information there on a regular basis. Hope that you'll connect with me there. I'd love for you to do that. And I hope you'll come back here for another episode of Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast.